in child's pose. So toes and heels come together. Knees go out wide to the edges of your mat, sending your hips back towards your heels. As you elongate your spine, rest your forehead softly on the mat. Widening the fingers. Pressing down through all 10 fingertips, sending your hips back. Start to hone in on your breath. Allowing that life force to flow through you. As you bring your attention to your breath, start to think about a manifestation or an intention you want to set in motion for today's class and for your day. For me today, it's the word patience. I know it's been a long time of quarantine, and we start to see people getting moving a little bit. And, you know, us personally in Washington State, we have to stay put for just a little longer. So finding that balance, asking for patience. Now start to close off the mouth and constrict your breathing, creating that oceanic sound at the back of your throat, that ujjayi breath. Start to build some power and some heat. Your next inhale, slowly walk your fingertips to that top left corner of your mat. Opening up your ribs and intercostals on that right side. Try not to lose that engagement in your fingertips, pressing the mat away, sending your hips back towards your heels. As you open up that lat on the right side, expanding your ribs with each exhale. Your next breath in, walk those fingertips to center, and on your next exhale, reaching them over to the top right corner of your mat. Creating some expansion through that left side body. Shake away any tension in your neck and shoulders. Relax your jaw and your forehead as well. The next breath in, walk the fingertips back to center, and on your exhale, pressing down through all 10 fingertips, take a tent in your palms, expanding your chest and the front side, or the front side of your body. Still staying engaged through those 10 fingers as you widen them out. Pressing your hips back towards your heels. With your next inhale, start to shift your weight forward, coming up to your knees. Hands are planted firmly on the mat, tabletop position, about shoulder width distance apart. So we're going to start some hip circles on the right. With your first inhale, abduct, raising that right knee out to the side. Internally rotate the hip as you kick that right heel high. Exhale as you sweep that knee in towards your nose. Inhale, raise the right knee out to the side. Internally rotate that hip. Kick the heel high. As you exhale, sweep it through. One more time in this direction. Abduct that right knee. Internally rotate. Send that heel high. As you exhale, sweeping it through. Now reversing the circles, nice and slow and controlled. With your inhale, kick that right heel back and high. As you externally rotate, opening up the knee and hip. Sweep the knee around with your exhale, bringing it back to center. 2 more in this direction. Inhale the heel high. As you exhale, externally rotate, opening up the hip and sweeping the knee through. Last time through. Nice, slow, and controlled movements here. Bring that knee back down to rest softly on the mat. With your next inhale, step the right toes just behind that back edge of the mat as you gently rock forward and backwards. Getting the little creaks and cracks out of the ankle, keeping the knee straight, opening up your hamstring a little bit, your gastroc and soleus as well. Your next breath in, step that right foot out to the side of your mat, extend the knee as you slowly rise up to a nice tall spine. So staying down on the left knee, right foot is out to the side. With your inhale, left arm comes up overhead. As you exhale, bending over that extended right leg, sliding your right fingertips down towards your foot. Left fingertips reach up overhead. As you look your gaze up and under that left arm, that left elbow or armpit, up towards the sky. Your next inhale, slowly rise up to a nice tall spine. Plant the hands both down on the mat as you shift your weight back, opening up that right adductor, maybe spiraling out onto the heel, changing the fiber direction, maybe getting a little bit of that medial hamstring as well. Your next inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, place that right knee back down on the mat. Nice deep breath in, and we're going to circle out the left hip now. So with your inhale, abduct the left knee, internally rotate, kick that left heel high. As you exhale, sweep it through. Inhale, left knee goes out wide. Internally rotate, heel goes high, exhale, sweep it through. One more time in this direction, nice, slow and controlled. As you exhale, sweep it through. Changing directions here. So with the inhale, left heel goes high, externally rotate, sweeping that knee around and back to center. 2 more circles in this direction. Last one here. Nice deep breath in and step those left toes back just beyond that back edge of the mat as you gently rock forward and backwards, bringing some motion, some mobility to that posterior aspect of your left leg. Your next breath in, step that left leg out wide and long. As you exhale, come up to a nice tall spine. Inhale, the right fingertips go high. As you exhale, side bending to the left, opening up for your gate pose. So sliding those left fingertips down your leg, looking your gaze up and under that right arm towards the sky. Expanding the right side body. Your next inhale, slowly rise up to a nice tall spine. As you exhale, plant the hands, sitting your hips back, opening up the adductor and that medial hamstring on the left side. Your next inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, place that left knee back down into a tabletop position. Inhale, press firmly through all 10 fingers. Tuck the toes underneath. As you exhale, send the hips high. Downward facing dog. Easing into your first downward dog of the day. Pedaling out your heels from side to side, walking the dog. Start to engage the upper body, spiraling those elbows in towards the midline, towards each other. Pressing through your palms and all 10 fingers to send your chest back towards your thighs. Trying your best to let those heels get close to the ground. Your next inhale, slowly walk your feet up to the top of the mat just behind your wrists. As you exhale, let it all go, folding forward. Option here to grab for your opposite elbows. Option to take a slight bend in the knees, allowing you to open up that lumbar spine, letting the weight of your head pull you forward. Just let gravity do the work. Get a little shake, yes or no, maybe yes and no. Releasing any tension in your neck and shoulders as well. Your next inhale, take a halfway lift. Nice flat back. As you exhale, fold it forward. Your next breath in, pressing down through all four corners of both feet. Root to rise, slow and controlled, come all the way up to standing mountain pose. Inhale, reaching tall. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, coming all the way down for a forward fold. Your next breath in, plant the hands, step your feet back for a high plank. As you exhale, again, slow and controlled. That's the theme of today. Lowering down halfway. Pausing here for just a second. As you inhale, untuck the toes. Shine your heart forward. Pressing those shoulders down and away from your ears. Active through those quads, getting the knees lifted up off the mat. Exhale as you shift your weight forward, using your core to send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Coming back into this pose. Trying to challenge yourself, see if you can grow just a little bit more, wherever that is. Maybe it's in the heels and their potential connection with the mat.
Maybe it's that depth of your upside down V. Trying to find any room for growth. Your next inhale, slowly walk your feet towards the top of the mat. As you exhale, let it go, folding forward. Inhale for a halfway lift, nice flat back. As you exhale, release and fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, slow and controlled, come all the way up to your standing mountain pose. As you exhale, folding at the hips, coming all the way down. Your next inhale, sit the hips back. As you exhale, arms come up overhead for your chair pose. A little bit of work here today, but not too much. Your inhale, bring the hands to heart center. As you exhale, twisting over to the left, so right elbow to the outer edge of that left knee. Try not to lose that seat. Sitting back into the heels, peel the toes off the mat. Pressing that right hip and knee back so they stay level with the left. Your next inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow to the outer edge of that right knee. Pressing through the palms to deepen that twist. One more breath here. So we inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Your next breath in, plant the hands, step your feet back for high plank. As you exhale, lowering down, slow and controlled, halfway for your chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. Take a moment here. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Reconnecting with your breath here. Your next inhale, sweep that right leg high for a three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring that knee to nose, step it through between your hands. Inhale, pressing down through that right heel. As you exhale, arms come up overhead, high crescent lunge. Inhale, opening up to the left, spiraling that left heel down so it's perpendicular to your right foot. Opening up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior, dropping the left fingers down low, right fingers go high. Maintaining that lunge in the right knee, opening up the right side body. Inhale, coming up, warrior two. As you exhale, lowering down that right elbow inside the right knee. Left fingertips go high. Extended side. Your next breath, reach those left fingertips up overhead, reaching past the top of your mat as you press that left heel down into the earth. Inhale, spiral back open, warrior two. As you exhale, pinwheel the hands down to frame that right foot, step that right foot back, high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, slowly lower down halfway. Inhale, untuck the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing. Your next breath in, send that left leg high. As you exhale, sweep it through, knee to nose, left foot planted between your hands. Inhale, press down through that left heel. As you exhale, arms come up overhead. High crescent lunge. Inhale, opening up to the right, spiral that right heel down to the mat. Opening up for warrior two. Gaze goes out over the front of those left fingertips. Nice breath in. We're reversing the warrior here. Exhale, extended side angle. Maintaining the lunge in that front left knee. Right fingertips go high towards the sky. Staying lifted in your left side body, so we're not pressing all of our weight into the left knee. Just a place to rest the elbow. Your next breath, reach those right fingertips up, overhead, across, and over the top of your mat. Reaching for whatever's out there. Press that right heel firmly into the ground, elongating that right side body. Your next inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, spiral the hands around, frame that left foot, step the left foot back, high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower down halfway. Nice deep breath in, shine your heart forward for your upward facing dog. As you exhale for downward facing. Your next inhale, send that right leg high. As you exhale, sweep your right knee through behind your right wrist, right ankle behind your left wrist, untucking the left toes and resting that left knee softly on the mat. So we're coming into that half pigeon pose. Starting here on your fingertips, pressing down through the mat, squaring the hips, so driving that right hip back and the left hip forward. Nice tall spine. As you inhale, exhale, folding forward, coming down with or without the support of your foam roller to your forearms. Option to stay here, option to stay up on your fingertips, or option to completely surrender into that half hip. Again, creating some space through your center with your breath and squaring your hips can allow you to find a little bit more depth as you fold forward into this half pigeon. Bringing your focus to your breath, really concentrating on that Ujjayi breath. Your next breath in, come back up to the palms of your hands. As you exhale, untuck the left toes, raise the left knee, send the right leg high for a three-legged down dog. Option to circle out that right hip, open it up a little bit to counterbalance, counteract that half pigeon. Slowly lower that right foot down to meet the left. Coming back, revisiting that downward dog. Your next breath in, send the left heel high. As you exhale, sweep that left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle behind the right wrist. Lowering down that right knee, untucking the right toes. Trying to square that left leg as much as you can in front of you. Doesn't have to be perfectly perpendicular, wherever's comfortable for you. You guys know you can always get support underneath that hip with your foam roller or block. Take a nice deep breath in, pressing down through all 10 fingertips. Shine your heart forward. As you exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, coming down to the support or unsupported forearms. Getting in tune with your body here, noticing your differences from right to left side. Not trying to change that, just being aware. Wherever you find yourself, let's meet back on the palms of our hands. Nice tall spine. Your next breath in, shift your weight into that left hip as you sweep the right knee forward, coming to a 90-90 position or your deer pose. Okay, so that left leg stays out in front of you. That left hip is externally rotated and that right hip is internally rotated. The further you can walk that right foot out to the right edge of your mat, the deeper that internal rotation will be. Try and counteract that tendency to push you into your left hip by keeping a nice tall spine. You're going to feel that in your right hip. Doing your best to not use the support of your hands. It's okay if you have to. Pressing the palms together, pressing down through that pinky toe side of your left foot and the big toe side of your right foot, really driving into the ground as you try and shift your weight open to the right. Right hip goes into external rotation, left hip goes to internal. So we're just shifting the direction of our 90-90 position, our deer pose here. Again, trying to walk that left ankle, that left foot out, so it's just below your left knee. It's okay if you can't quite get it there. Trying to keep a nice tall spine here. Shifting your weight into that left hip. With your next breath in, plant the hands behind your sacrum as you windshield wiper your knees side to side, getting a little bit of motion into your hips again. Send both legs out long in front of you, coming up to a nice tall spine. Inhale, arms come up overhead. As you exhale, hinging at the hips, tilting the pelvis forward, reaching for your knees, your shins, your ankles, or your toes. Whatever's accessible for you. Trying to bring your nose towards your knees, your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Again, taking a slight bend in the knees to deepen this fold is very helpful. Finding that towel or a blanket to sit your sits bones on top of will help with that and that forward rotation of your pelvis. Finding length in your spine as you shine your heart forward. Slowly come back to a nice tall spine, one vertebrae at a time. Your next inhale, take a bend in that right knee, step that right foot to the outer edge of your left knee. As you exhale, wrapping the elbows around that right knee and give it a hug, pulling it into your chest. Left toes stay engaged and pointed back towards your left knee. Pressing down through your sit bones, imagining that string at the crown of your head, pulling the top of your head up nice and high. So elongating the spine. Going to twist open to the right. So with your inhale, placing that right hand just behind your sacrum, flat on the ground. Left elbow to the outer edge of that right knee as you exhale. Spiraling open, looking your gaze over the right shoulder towards that back edge of the mat. With each inhale, you press down through that right palm, shine the crown of your head high. As you exhale, try and deepen that twist. Your next breath in, slowly release that twist. Coming back, giving that right knee one more squeeze before you exhale and send the right leg long. Nice deep breath in, taking a bend in the left knee, placing the left heel outside the right knee. Exhale, giving that left knee a squeeze. Rooting down through your sit bones, shining the crown of your head up nice and tall. Right toes stay engaged, active, pointing back towards your right knee. Going to spiral open to the left side now. So with your inhale, planting the left palm behind your sacrum. As you exhale, right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee. Looking your gaze up and over the left shoulder towards the back edge of the mat. Your next breath in, releasing the twist, coming back to center, giving that left knee one more squeeze. As you exhale, send the left leg long. From here, slowly start to lower down to your supine position, one vertebrae at a time, nice and controlled through your core. With your next breath in, bring the right knee into your chest. As you exhale, with your left hand, reaching for that right foot, pulling the right foot into your left hip crease as you send that right knee down towards the mat for a half shoelace. Option here to take a bend in that left knee, bringing the left heel towards your right glute, reaching for that left foot with your right hand. Pinning those shoulder blades firmly on the ground behind you, opening up and expanding your chest towards the sky, squeezing those shoulder blades down and away from your ears as you press the knees down to the mat. If you're able to take that double bind, slowly release the left foot with your right hand, send that left leg long. Bring the right knee back into your chest. As you exhale, send that right leg long. Nice deep breath in, bringing the left knee towards your chest. As you exhale with the right hand, reaching for the left foot, pulling that up into your right hip crease, sending the left knee down towards the mat. Option to take that double bind here by taking a bend in the right knee, sending that right heel towards your left glute, reaching for that right foot with your left hand. Slowly release the grip on your right foot if you have it. Send that right leg long. Inhale, bring that left knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. As you exhale, send the left leg long. From here, if you've got a prop handy, make sure you keep it close. With your inhale, bring the heels in towards your sit bones, towards your glutes, taking a bend in both knees and planting the feet firmly on the ground. With your next exhale, pressing down through the heels, sending your hips high, reaching for that foam roller or that block to support your sacrum, resting softly in a supported bridge. If you don't have the use of a prop, let's come into that comfortable rest position, which you have your knees bent, feet are planted firmly on the ground, knees come together and feet go to the outer edges of your mat. So knees are touching, feet go wide, toes are still pointing forward. Or we can have that support of the block in your bridge pose. Either way, we want to take the work out of this position. So let yourself melt into the support of that prop. Let gravity do the work. And with your next breath in, plant firmly through the heels. As you exhale, take a gentle lift in your hips, releasing the support of your block or your foam roller, placing it to the side and slowly lowering your pelvis down. Your next inhale, bring your big toes and your heels to touch. As you exhale, let your knees fall out wide. For Supta Baddha Konasana, or supine bound angle here. Your next breath in, we're going to take your thumb and your pointer fingers, reaching them up above your head and letting them touch. So creating a diamond with your hands. It's actually a triple diamond shape. So you've got a diamond with your hands, with your arms, and with your legs here. I'm gonna go and coach you through this full body activation. We're gonna fire up just about every muscle group, major muscle group in your body. before we fully release and relax into Shavasana. So we'll start with the heels and the balls of your feet. We want to start to press those in towards each other, matching the pressure in your right and left feet. Actively engage the core from here, pressing your belly button down towards the mat. Turning on the pelvic floor. Imagine you got to go to the bathroom really bad and you're trying to hold that in. Don't lose the pressure in the bottoms of your feet. Keep the core engaged as you try and press your knees down towards the mat. Chances are they won't get there. You want to keep that engagement a nice flat back as you press the knees down towards the mat. From here, pinning your shoulder blades down and away from your ears, activating that lower trap in your lats. Pressing your pointer fingers together and your thumbs together in that diamond shape. Elbows are pressed into the mat, shoulder blades are pressed down, core still engaged. Press the knees down towards the earth, heels and the balls of the feet pressed together. Staying with this total body engagement for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Option to take Shavasana here in this position, knees falling out wide. If anyone has tight adductors or any low back issues, sending the legs long is a better way. Allowing your body to take up as much or as little space as you'd like. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Returning to a place of stillness, letting your breath return to normal, not trying to control it in any way. Same goes for your mind. Whatever tasks that lay ahead, whatever cares or worries you may have, they may come in, but try and let them escape just as easily as they can. And when you're ready, start to bring your focus back into your body. Begin to bring some gentle movement patterns back to your fingers and your wrists, your toes and your ankle. Maybe take a nice good morning stretch, reaching your arms overhead, pointing the toes away. Gentle bend in the knees. Let them sway side to side. Coming into a fetal position when you're ready. Pausing there for a breath. Eventually leading me into a comfortable seated position. Happy Thursday to everybody who tuned in today. Sunshine is waiting for you outside, so hopefully you get to enjoy a little bit of that. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.